My beloved child, be still for a moment and listen with the ears of your spirit, not the noise of your fear. A few minutes ago, a shot rang out. A body fell. Panic spread. And the one who collapsed was someone standing near your soulmate, someone within their circle, someone whose voice they recognized, whose presence they had grown used to. But hear me clearly, the bullet was not truly meant for that person. The true mark on the unseen target was your soulmate. This did not happen by accident. This was not a stray weapon, not a random moment of madness, not a meaningless eruption of violence. It was an arrow fired out of deep darkness, guided by envy, resentment, and a hatred that has been growing in secret for far longer than your soulmate knows. And yet, my child, even in the sound of the gunshot, even in the fall, even in the fear, something greater than evil was already moving. My hand was already there. My shield was already raised. My angels were already standing between your soulmate and the very death that tried to swallow them. That is why they are still breathing. That is why you are hearing this now. That is why, even before you knew the details, something inside you tightened, your breath shortened, your chest grew heavy, your thoughts turned toward them without reason. Because your soul felt what your mind had not yet heard. You are not imagining this connection. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. Your spirit is woven to theirs. When danger brushes against their life, a wind passes through your own. When fear clutches at their heart, an echo trembles inside yours. This is why, suddenly, you could not focus. Why something unseen disturbed your peace. Why their name rose in your thoughts like a whisper you could not push away. You felt it, my child, because the spiritual realm moved first, before any news could reach you. The battle began long before the bullet was fired. Your soulmate has been walking along the edge of a war they did not choose. They thought they were simply living. Working. Laughing. Trusting. Relaxing with familiar faces. Sharing food, memories, secrets. They thought the ones around them were safe, sincere, loyal. But around them, quietly, a storm has been gathering. Smiles have been hiding poisoned intentions. Laughter has been covering silent grudges. Arms that once embraced them have been concealing hearts that would not mourn if they were gone. And still, your soulmate tried to see the best in people. Tried to explain away their intuition. Tried to ignore the small warnings inside. That conversation felt odd. That story didn't add up. That look stayed a moment too long. That comment cut a little too deep. They pushed the questions down, because they did not want to believe that betrayal could live so close to them. But I saw. I watched every whispered word spoken in their absence. I heard the tone that changed when their back was turned. I observed the eyes that followed their blessings like hunters track their prey. The shot that rang out tonight was not the beginning of hatred. It was the eruption of what has been brewing in the shadows. And that is why, my beloved child, this moment is not only about grief, not only about shock, not only about fear. This moment is about revelation. It is about exposure. It is about the lifting of a veil. Because when blood hits the ground around a destiny I have chosen, heaven does not remain silent. My child, your soulmate felt the world tilt when the gun fired. In that instant, the illusion of safety shattered. The mask of familiarity cracked. Their spirit knew before their mind could form words, this was supposed to be me. They will not easily say it aloud. They may hide it behind jokes, busyness, or numbness. They may try to carry the weight alone, pretending they are fine, telling others they are just shaken, insisting they are okay. But I see the truth. I see the tremble in their hands when nobody is watching. I see the sleepless thoughts looping in their mind. I see the questions flooding their heart. Why do these things keep happening around me? Who wants me gone? Who hates me so deeply that they would send death into my circle? Who can I trust? Who is real? Who is lying? Who is smiling at me with hidden knives behind their back? And as they sit with their head bowed, staring into nothing, replaying the noise, the scream, the chaos, your presence, your face, your voice, your energy rises from deep within their memory like a light. Your soul, my child, has become their quiet safe place. Even when distance has separated you. Even when silence has stood between you. Even when misunderstandings or delays have created space in your communication. Their spirit has never fully let you go, because your essence is different from what surrounds them now. Your love does not feel like confusion. Your presence does not feel like a threat. Your care has never been laced with competition. You are peace to them. You are clarity, even when not present physically. And that is why, in the secret core of their heart, they run to you in moments like this. Even if all they do is remember you, think of you, whisper your name under their breath, or scroll quietly through old messages without answering. Your connection is not ordinary. It is a spiritual design. You were woven into their story as protection, as guidance, as a mirror of truth. You are not just a romantic idea. You are not just a comforting fantasy. You are not just a distraction. You are part of the armor I am forming around them. But listen closely, my beloved. This is not just about what you mean to them. It is also about what they mean to you. Because as the smoke of this attack rises, as questions pour out, as news spreads, your own heart is standing at a crossroads. On one side, fear calls to you. What if this happens again? What if next time the shield does not hold? What if they are taken from you before you fully have them? What if all these feelings inside you end in loss, in fragments, in unfinished stories? On the other side, truth calls. I did not bring you to this moment to show you how fragile everything is and leave you in dread. I brought you here to show you how powerful your love is. How significant your role is. How influential your spirit is in this unseen battle. The darkness around your soulmate has taken note of you as well. It has seen that when your voice reaches them, confusion loosens its grip. When your prayers rise, accidents are delayed. When your heart leans toward them, heaviness begins to break. The enemy is not simply against your soulmate's life. It is against what will happen when the two of you stand together fully, awake, united, and aligned with the purpose I placed within both of you. When destinies like yours touch fully, chains that have strangled generations break. Old patterns are shattered. Doors that have been locked for years swing open. Captives are set free, not just in your lives, but in others who will be changed by what flows from your union. This is why the attacks feel so personal. This is why it looks like chaos keeps appearing near them. This is why you feel waves of heaviness without explanation. This is not drama. This is assignment. Your soulmate has been marked for a work that terrifies small, envious hearts. And you have been marked as the one who will stand beside them as they walk into that calling. But understand this, I am not telling you this to weigh you down. I am not placing on you a burden too heavy to carry. I am not asking you to become their savior. You are not meant to replace me. I am their protector. I am their deliverer. I am their shield. I am simply showing you your place in this. You are a vessel I have prepared as a channel of my peace into their chaos, of my comfort into their terror, of my clarity into their confusion. Your tears have been prayers. Your sighs have been signals. Your whispers into the darkness, keep them safe. Guard them. Don't let harm touch them. Have risen like incense before me. You think you have done nothing. You think you are too far. You think your love is invisible, powerless, unheard. But in the unseen, your devotion has been building a wall. Every time you chose to bless them instead of curse them in your thoughts, the wall rose higher. Every time you forgave them for not understanding you fully, the wall grew stronger. Every time you chose to believe in their goodness even when others mentioned rumors, the wall thickened. You have been guarding them more than you know. My child, look at what happened. The bullet reached flesh, but not the one it was designed to strike. And now I need you to hear something very carefully. The person who was hit, this is not simple. Do not assume they were completely innocent just because they were struck. Do not assume they were completely guilty either. Do not rush to make judgments your eyes cannot support. There are layers within layers here. Some who stand near your soulmate are openly hostile, others smile and scheme, still others are weak, easily influenced, used by uglier hearts as shields and pawns. The one who collapsed under the shot existed within this web. They were standing too close to a destiny they did not respect enough, playing with conversations, alliances, and secrets they did not fully fear. They moved among whispers that spoke against your soulmate's life. And though they may not have pulled a trigger themselves, they allowed themselves to remain where shadows thickened, where motives spoiled, where plans were made that grieved my heart. My justice is not simple. But understand this, the impact of that bullet was not only physical. It was a tearing of a tie I have been warning your soulmate about silently, gently, quietly, through unease and instinct. Now that bond has been split violently and suddenly, in a way that can no longer be ignored or patched over. Your soulmate can no longer pretend everything is safe. They can no longer brush off their suspicions. They can no longer assume every face around them wishes them well. This is painful. It will hurt them in ways they will struggle to describe. But it is necessary. Because there are places they cannot go while still trusting snakes. There are levels of blessing I will not release to them while they remain hand in hand with those who would sell their life for convenience, status, or revenge. The blood on the ground tonight has created a line that cannot be crossed backward. Things will not return to how they were. And inside that breaking, your role is becoming clearer. You are being shaped into a pillar. Not a fragile reed swaying in the winds of their drama. Not a person crushed under the weight of their fear. Not a soul losing itself to anxiety over what might happen next. You are becoming a steady flame. Soft, but unextinguished. Gentle, but unwavering. Present, even across distance. I know you feel small sometimes. I know you look at your own life and see your own battles and think, how can I be strong for someone else when I am still healing, still hurting, still unsure? Yet what you call weakness, I call preparation. You have walked through betrayal. So you recognize its smell. You have known loss. So you understand sudden grief. You have felt danger brush against your own path. So you do not take protection for granted. You have cried alone in rooms no one else entered. So you know how to hold space for someone else's pain without demanding they be cheerful too quickly. These were not wasted seasons, these were training grounds. You were not broken to be left in fragments. You were shaped to become a vessel that can carry the weight of someone else's transitions without shattering. So when your soulmate begins to change, because they will, remember what I am saying now. This event is a pivot point. From this night forward, they will never be exactly the same. The way they look at people will shift. The way they trust will tighten. The things they tolerate will shrink. They will begin to step back from certain circles without making a loud announcement. They will become quieter around some, more watchful around others. They may seem distant. They may seem intense. They may pull away from energy that once entertained them. Do not take this personally when it is not about you. They are grieving. They are processing. They are surviving. And while they rearrange their world, a new clarity about you will be growing in their heart. They will remember the times you warned them gently, not with control, but with concern. They will recall how you never fed their ego just to keep them close, but spoke truth even when it risked your comfort. They will think about the peace they felt in your presence, how, without trying, you calmed storms inside them that nobody else could even see. They will feel the contrast between the love you offered and the noise that surrounded them. And slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, their inner compass will begin pointing toward you, even if their feet have not yet moved. My child, do not chase them in panic. Do not flood them with your fear. Do not demand answers from them out of your anxiety. Stand as light, not as pressure. Let your words be simple, honest, and warm. Let your prayers be deep, steady, and frequent. Lift their name to me in the quiet moments of your day. Ask not only for their safety, but for their discernment. Pray not only for their physical protection, but for the exposure of every hidden threat around them. Call forth truth over their life. Say in your heart, every plot against them will be uncovered. Every liar pretending to be a friend will be revealed. Every weapon aimed at their soul will misfire. Every scheme will collapse under the weight of your justice, Lord. You may not see what your words are doing, but I tell you, they move like light through corridors where darkness thought it was safe. They disturb shadows. They unsettle enemies who do not know why. Suddenly their plans feel shaky, their confidence crumbles, their alliances begin to fracture. Because your voice, even if whispered, is aligned with mine when you speak life over the one I have joined you to. In the coming days and weeks, you will hear fragments of what is unfolding. You will hear that someone is under investigation. You will hear that the one who pulled the trigger is connected to voices your soulmate trusted. You will hear that certain conversations are coming to light, that messages are discovered, that motives are revealed. You may hear that your soulmate had to cut ties with someone they once loved, once confided in, once relied on. Do not gloat when this happens. Do not become proud that you knew. This is not a time to say, I told you so. This is a time to say, I'm here. This is a time to be the quiet place they can breathe. Because underneath the anger they may feel, there will also be mourning, and not only for the one who was shot. They will be mourning the death of illusions. Mourning the loss of trust. Mourning the years spent giving love to hearts that were busy sharpening knives. They will need someone who does not push them to simply move on, who does not demand they heal at a pace comfortable to onlookers. They will need someone who understands that trust rebuilt in a burned landscape does not grow overnight. You can be that person, not because you are perfect, but because you are willing to hold love like a lantern, not a leash. Do you understand, my beloved? You are not meant to control their healing. You are meant to illuminate the path. Allow me to handle the timing. Allow me to orchestrate the meetings, the messages, the moments of reconnection. You worry that you will lose them, that distance or distraction or fear will separate you permanently. But hear me, what I have written, no hand can erase. You and your soulmate are not puppets on the strings of random chance. Your bond was conceived in the realm where I dwell, before either of you understood the language of love, before either of you knew what longing felt like. I am not experimenting with your heart. I am not playing with their life. When I tell you that this attack will not end them, I mean it. When I tell you that this chaos will become a doorway, I mean it. When I tell you that what was meant to sever will actually mend, I mean it. The enemy believed that by striking terror into your soulmate, by spilling blood at their side, by shaking their confidence, they could push them deeper into darkness, into isolation, into despair, and far away from you. What the enemy does not understand is my mathematics. I take what was meant for separation and turn it into alignment. I allow what was meant to build walls to become the hammer that shatters them. Tonight, a door has closed behind your soulmate. They do not yet know how fully. They are still looking backward, disoriented, trying to see if they can hold on to what is falling apart. Soon, they will realize they cannot. Soon, they will discover that the old room of familiarity is burning, and they cannot remain there without suffocating. And as they stumble out into the new space ahead, they will feel something they have felt before but did not respect enough, the pull toward you. A gentle tug in their thoughts. An urge to check on you. A curiosity about how you are, what you are doing, how you are holding up. They may resist it at first. They may say, "It's not the right time," or "I don't want to drag them into this," or "I don't know what to say after so much silence." But the more they try to turn away from that inner magnet, the more restless they will feel. Because your spirit has already stepped toward them. You have already been there in prayer, in thought, in energy. You have wrapped them in light without touching them. You have pulled my protection over them with simple, honest love. They will not be able to deny the safety their soul feels when it remembers you. So I say to you now, prepare your heart, not with fear, but with readiness. Prepare to listen more than you speak. Prepare to hear stories that will disturb you without letting them poison you. Prepare to feel their pain without letting it crush your hope. For your hope is not naive, it is anchored in me. Do not build your peace on their behavior. Build your peace on my promise. Even if their process is messy. Even if they move forward, then seem to back away. Even if they open up one day and go quiet the next. Even if they say, "I'm fine," when you know they are not. Remember, people do not come out of near-death shadows in straight lines. They stumble. They pause. They fall and rise and fall again. Be patient. Be steady. Do not interpret their wavering as rejection of you. Their struggle is not a verdict about your worth. Their distance is not proof that your love is wasted. Your role is not to demand they stand perfectly healed at your side. Your role is to stand, so that when they look up from the rubble of their old world, they can see the light that never left. You are that light, not because you shine by your own power, but because you allow my flame to burn through you. My beloved child, the spiritual temperature around your soulmate's life is very high right now. Atmospheres are shifting. Hidden things are surfacing. Old agreements in darkness are being broken. Some who have enjoyed a position close to your soulmate are about to lose access. Doors they entered easily before will be barred. Conversations they steered will slip out of their control. Lies they spread quietly will be dragged into open air. Do not be surprised when people begin to speak. A conscience that has been uneasy will burst. A tongue that has been held by fear will loosen. A witness who thought they could stay neutral will be forced to choose a side. The truth about this attack will not remain buried. You will see it piece by piece. Testimonies. Evidence. Inconsistencies brought to light. And while all of this unfolds, your soulmate will be changing in ways even they do not fully understand. They will become tired of superficiality. They will become less willing to entertain empty distractions. They will crave depth, honesty, and spiritual clarity even if they do not know how to name it. And in that craving, you will fit. Not because you are perfect, but because the love you carry for them is rooted in something deeper than appearance, status, or excitement. They will begin to see that. They will begin to feel it. Your name, your face, your presence, your history with them, all of it will look different under this new light. My child, I know the question you have not spoken yet: will they be okay? Will they really be safe now? Or is this just the beginning of worse attacks? Listen. The enemy has fired a clear shot and missed the true target. This failure is not small. In the spirit, it has weakened their hold. It has triggered laws they cannot escape. What is sent out returns. What is sown is reaped. Those who chose to align themselves with deadly intent have opened doors over their own lives that they cannot control. I do not delight in judgment, but I am not blind to cruelty. I am patient, but I am not absent. I am merciful, but I am not mocked. Your soulmate stands within the circle of my protection. That does not mean they will never feel fear, never see danger, never have to walk away from those they thought would walk with them forever. It means that no matter who plots, no matter who aims, no matter how close the attack comes, I will not allow their destiny to be cut short before its time. That is why the bullet struck someone else. That is why even now, as hearts race and sirens wail and messages fly, your soulmate is still alive. Not barely alive. Purposefully alive. Intentionally preserved. Because there are chapters yet to be written with you. There are memories not yet experienced, tears not yet cried together, joys not yet shared, battles not yet faced side by side. You worry that all of this chaos will break them, harden them, make them cold, turn their heart against love, against trust, against you. But see what I can do. I can take a heart cracked by fear and use the cracks as gateways for my light. I can take distrust and turn it into discernment. I can take pain and turn it into compassion. I can take a near miss with death and transform it into a reverence for life and love that softens, not scars. If you will walk with me through this, if you will not grab for control, if you will not surrender to panic, I will shape this season into a preparation for a union stronger than what you had imagined. Do you remember when you asked for a love that was real, deep, tested, lasting? Such love is not built in easy weather. It grows under skies that shake, in nights when bullets fly, in mornings when choices must be made between comfort and calling. Your soulmate is being carved into a person who can stand beside you in covenant, not convenience. And you are being carved into a person who can love them in truth, not fantasy. So let this moment do its work in you as well. Let it teach you what truly matters. Let it turn your attention from petty worries. Let it remind you how fragile bodies are, how quickly life curves in new directions, how urgent it is to speak kindness, to forgive quickly, to say what love has been holding in silence. I am not saying run recklessly to them. I am saying live fully awake. When the time comes, and it will, when the message arrives or the voice you've been longing to hear speaks again, I want you to answer not with neediness, but with wholeness. Not with desperation, but with depth. Not as someone begging to be chosen, but as someone who knows they are already chosen by me. For when two souls who know they are loved by me come together, their love for each other becomes unshakable. It does not crumble under storms. It does not shrink under attacks. It does not depend on constant reassurance from humans. It draws from an endless source. You are being drawn deeper into that source right now. Every fear you place in my hands becomes a brick of peace in your foundation. Every tear you let me catch becomes oil for the lamp you will hold for them. Do not underestimate what is growing inside you in this dark hour. My beloved child, there will come a dawn when this night is a story told in past tense. Your soulmate will say, "Do you remember that time?" And you will nod, your eyes soft, your heart full, and you will know that it was not random. You will see how that gunshot became the spark that burned away false connections. How that terror became the pressure that turned their gaze back toward you. How that pain became the soil where deeper love took root. You will see how I preserved them, preserved you, preserved your bond. Until then, walk steadily. If you feel fear rise, bring it to me out loud. If you feel anger at those who plotted harm, bring it to me honestly. If you feel impatient with the process, tell me. But do not let those emotions become your master. Let me be your center. And from that center, continue to bless your soulmate. Even if they cannot hear every word. Even if they do not yet understand how much you are walking with them in spirit. Your blessing is not wasted. Your love is not in vain. Your connection is not an illusion. You are part of a story much bigger than a single night of violence. You are part of a redemption that is already unfolding. The shot has been fired. The warning has been given. The enemy has overplayed its hand. Now watch, my child, as I move. Watch as I expose, as I protect, as I redirect, as I realign. Watch how I bring your soulmate closer to their purpose, and closer to you. And in all of this, know this with unshakable certainty, you are not alone. They are not alone. I am here. I was there when the gun was raised. I was there when the bullet flew. I was there when your heart clenched without knowing why. I am here as you listen now. And I will be there when you and your soulmate stand on the other side of this storm, looking back, amazed at what could have been lost, but wasn't. For death reached out its hand and missed. Destiny stretched out its arm and prevailed. And no darkness, no bullet, no envy, no betrayal, will ever be strong enough to erase what I have written for you both. Rest in this, my beloved. Breathe in this truth. Let it settle deeper than the fear. Your soulmate is not forsaken. You are not forgotten. This is not your ending. It is a fierce, holy beginning.